Hello everybody from Corona Central, Virus 101. Today is unboxing day because we've got something new to play with. I can't breathe or talk. Alright folks, today I've got a Benjamin Bulldog, but it's not any Benjamin Bulldog. This is a super tuned, bad to the bone, balls to the walls, maxed out, tricked out with all the bling 357. No longer is it a Bulldog. This is the 357 Taurus by Brian Thurman at Veradium Air. He is a air gun gunsmith, someone I've been dealing with over the past year. This is my first hands-on with some of the fantastic work he does. Now, if you've been with me for years, I'm really sorry about that. But you've known that I've played with the Bulldog in the past. Now, Crossman makes an excellent product. Very, very good Bulldog. Excellent 357. I have to say that. I love Crossman. As a matter of fact, I think I'm carrying their baby. Eventually, paternity tests will tell. Maury Povich is my man. With that being said, I've done some previous stock videos several years ago when the Bulldog first came out. Hopefully, I think they were about 187 foot-pounds was about what I was getting if the old brain pan is ticking right. Then I sent it off and had it tuned up for a first-time tune over at Wicked Air Rifles, which no longer exists. And about the best I was getting at that point was about 220 to 230 foot-pounds, maxing it out, but it was using a lot of air. I mean, it was sucking down around 400 psi per shot. It gave me some energy, but for the amount of air usage, it wasn't what it just wasn't where we wanted to be. Since then, many years have gone by. There's been other guys, there's other tuners, more fellas have been endeavoring to play with the Bulldog, and we've gotten there. Now, this is the only Bulldog man that I've dealt with at the moment. I'm not knocking anyone else. I'm just saying what I have in my hands, because a lot of guys are always like, Bob, you know about this guy and that guy and the other guy. And I have to say, no, I don't know about those guys because they haven't contacted me. You know, I don't chase everyone down like a wannabe looking for free stuff. Okay, there's plenty other air gunners that do that. I will not say their names. But if somebody comes to me and we talk and I like what they're doing, I'm happy to do a video. And that's what we are looking at today. So gentlemen, this is a part one where I'm just doing the power testing. Most of you know me. I like to just bust through 500-600 bullets through a gun, figure out where the power curve is, or the bell curve, if you want to call it that. How much air is too much air, where we're getting the best, foot per pounds per bullet weight, ratio. So, and the way I describe that is most air rifles in general use a certain amount of air, period, regardless of the weight of the bullet. So a lot of times guys are like, oh man, why don't you shoot an 80 grain or 90 grain bullet? It's like, well, A, it's going to explode on impact, and B, if I'm using, let's say, 200 psi of air to push that 80 grain, I can still use that same 200 psi to push 150 grain, and I'm going to get a better foot-pound of energy, better penetration, better knockdown and kill with the heavier bullet. But I don't want to go too heavy, where now I'm sacrificing speed over weight. So, it's a balance, and that's why I test a lot of bullets. I put up the chart so you guys can be the judge of what works best for you. Like I've always said, it's a tool for a job, and only you are going to know what's best. If all you do is hunt coyotes and small game, you don't need something power tuned to shoot a 200 grain bullet. You're going to be wanting to shoot 130, 150 grain, you know, and you'd rather have like 15 good shots than 5 massive power shots because you're only shooting coyotes. So only you can be the judge. All right, I hope that, you know, was easy to understand. So, Veradium Air. First I have to say thank you, Mrs. Veradium Air, Deb. She makes these wonderful coronavirus masks. So if you ask nicely, maybe Brian will put one in the box. Okay, or you can order them from their website. I love this. It's camouflage. It covers up, and when I try to go into the banks, they only pull 2 guns on me instead of 4. So, VeradiumAir.com. Check it out. Brian has all his stuff on there. You really need to talk to him because he's got different levels of tuning that goes on. This is the full-blown, maxed out, everything bells and whistles that can go on it, okay? As you guys know, I only hunt deer and hogs. I don't really go after the lighter, smaller animals, so I'm always going for maximum power. So this ultimate tune job comes with a tensioned barrel, a carbon fiber shroud that is custom for this, all sorts of internal tune parts, polishes, porting, not just jamming a drill bit in there and making the hole bigger, but a lot of detailed stuff that's beyond my tool and die capabilities of even discussing. As you can see, it's got an extended air tank. The whole previous apparatus that it came with is gone. It's basically kind of a free-floating tension barrel. That's what that term means. He's got a milled single shot tray. This is not, you know, something knocked out of a 3D printer, but this is actually that heavy Delron that has been milled to perspection. Milled to, I can't even think of the word now. It's milled to the specs that they wanted. How's that? Okay, you can tell I've been drinking. So, it comes with a muzzle brake. Now this isn't the regular muzzle brake that goes on there. This is just kind of a big thread protector that we're playing with at the moment. I'll show you in the picture right here with the suppressor that'll be on that you can get with it. It fits perfect and it looks beautiful. Look at the photo. Okay, so based on your financial level, what you're hunting, and what you want, you basically have 3 different tune levels, you know, low, medium, and high. So, like I said, only you can prevent forest fires and figure out what you want. What I have on here at the moment is the usual ATN, because I can record through it, crank it up, and see pretty good through it. Standard Bulldog, it's short, packed, complete. You don't get that gajinga noise that it used to get, that bringing in the ear to customize the pinger, and the way Brian has done stuff makes the gun very quiet compared to the way the internals used to sound. One of my biggest complaints is when your head was up against it, it sounded like a drum going off every time you pulled the trigger because of the way the hollow plastic resonated. All that seems to be gone. Camo, I don't know if you can see it in the picture, but this is a dark camouflage wrap that's on here, so everything flows and looks really nice. Aerodynamic, looks beautiful, and it's a baby. So we are going to run some numbers here. We're going to shoot some gel, and I'll show you that here in a minute. You're not going to believe this. All I can say is 350 foot-pounds plus. Don't go anywhere. I'd hate to have to track you down. Scope on. Ear protection. Single shot tray. Drop in the bullet. Close. Safety on. Safety off. Fire in the hole. All right, all you power shooters. I ran I think that's 12 shot string. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 shots. 3,600 psi. And we ended after the last shot, we had about 1,800 in the gun. So going higher, you can go higher, but I don't recommend it. The way Brian has everything tuned up, 3,600 is about the max that you want to do to get a consistent string. Okay, so the 150, the first shot gave me the best speed at 794, 316 foot-pounds. Heck of a lot better than I got in the past. The 165, best was a 971, a 345. My favorite, the 185 grain, 952, 372 foot-pounds. Very, very nice. A 193 ribbed, because you know why. 942, 380. And then our weight starts pushing, we're pushing the limit now. The 215 Spitzer, 870, 361. And then the 220 at 854 down to 356 foot-pounds. But all of these are over 300 foot-pounds, which is more than anyone else I know that's doing these type of tunes. Okay, Veradium Air really has this dialed in with the micro millimeters and thousandths and half thousandths and gazillionths of an inch. And all that mathematical stuff where pi equals 2 by 6 7/8. These numbers really tell it. You chronograph it. I'm using 200 psi per shot here, and then we get to a little spot right around 2400. It starts using 100 psi. Extremely efficient. Now I normally do a 5-shot string, but because this is brand new, I figured, well, let's see how far we can go. Now, of course, with the lighter rounds, you can kind of continue down pretty good, 8-10 rounds before she drops into 7s. The heavier stuff, not so much. It's still 5 shots, or what I usually promote on almost all, magazine-fed guns, even though I'm doing this single shot. So the numbers and the chart doesn't lie. And I always say, get a chronograph. Don't listen to me. Do it yourself. Very, very nice stuff, guys. Very nice. Hats off, sir. But I go this way so the glare don't come off the bald head. All right, guys. Let's go shoot some ballistic gel. It's going to be short. It's going to be boring. But it's going to be powerful. All right, folks, this is the ballistic gel. I know you guys been waiting to see this stuff since we got it. So this, what we got is the 150 grain, the 165, the 185, 193 ribbed, because you know why, and the 220 grain. And this was phenomenal. This is the ballistic gel. Also, I believe it's Pamela Anderson's left breast after it was removed. Does a really good job, guys. Hopefully I'll get the right one in next week. So you can see the 150 pretty much turned inside out. Really nice. This one about 6 inches. This one around 8. The 165, you can see that fragmented, that baby, because it's a very aggressive hollow point. It really exploded and sent fragments through the body. The 185 is our number one out of this, and you can see this really, just peeled back. turned inside out. It's an amazing amount of work from the power generated by this souped up Taurus. The 193, if you can see, that really mushroomed well, retaining still a lot of body energy. And then the 220, of course, flattened on out like that. These three heavy ones are what I'm really impressed with. This modification really shines with heavy lead. So let's get on with it. Like that. Excellent. Guys, everything on here has been mated, polished, tuned, everything to 0.5 of an inch. So everything locks in, fits perfect, handle, bolt, probe, everything has been worked on. If you have a Bulldog and you're looking to jack it up, give it some Hulkamaniac power tune, this is the ticket. Brian stands behind all his work. Any problems, any questions whatsoever, he'll work it through with you. He is not a fly-by-night guy like some of the other guys that we've known who are here today and gone tomorrow with your cash. So we've all had enough of those type of guys. I wouldn't even be doing this video if I thought there was any shenanigans with this man. So I'm real happy to date. This is perfect. I just love it. So with that being said, thanks for watching. We'll get on with it. Just get on with it. So in conclusion, as we wrap up the power testing side of the video, as you see, we've got some excellent numbers, pushing a minimum of 316 foot-pounds, okay, minimum. Up to the heaviest we got was a 380. I don't recommend that on a regular basis. Again, you shoot what you want, fill pressure, working with the level of what you need. Okay, I'm going to probably be doing a standard 3,500 psi fill. 5 shots is what I usually work with. I'm comfortable with that. Excellent, and that's what Brian recommends. Of course, you know, as soon as you start tinkering with your gun, you void your warranty. You just have to know that in advance. You know, don't go to Crossman going, hey, I totally blew everything up. Will you still warranty this? No, they won't. Okay, so just know that going in. When you start customizing, it's all on you. Excellent choice. The next thing for us is to get outside, but you saw the ballistic gel, you saw the penetration. That was really good. I don't know what else I can say for doing the inside demo. I just wanted to at least show you something, what's new in the house, what we're playing with, and give you something to drool over, because I'm drooling. You want to contact Brian, Veradium Air, veradiumair.com. Super simple. His phone number and everything's on his webpage. You know, if you want a face mask, I believe they have those there for the Corona. But I'm saying a lot because I'm just trying to think if I covered all my bases on this basic vid. And I think I have. I'm very impressed. I can't wait for the rest of the gun to show up. Once I get my end piece on there, it'll be all nice and dark and it'll look proper. So we'll be shooting this outdoors without it, And as always, without a suppressor, it is loud, but that's not a problem. So thanks for watching. Keep staying tuned, and I hope to bring you something as soon as possible on part number 2.